Hello, everyone. This is Drew Schilling, and the focus of this presentation is my zero waste challenge in the sustainability topic final. My personal experience was a low waste lifestyle, and the goal of this challenge was to closely track and minimize the amount of waste I generated over a specific period, 5 weekdays. As you'll see, I found that my life is already extremely low waste, but this project really helped provide a deeper awareness of my consumption habits and their real world outcomes. So thank you, Dr. Escobar, for this project. It's been very, very educational. So before diving into the challenge results, it's important to understand my typical lifestyle as it's what allows me to achieve such a low waste output. So, in regards to my eating habits, I primarily eat at the dining hall, which helps reduce packaging and food waste. As I don't purchase many single serving packaged foods or even many snack foods, uh, I really cut down on wrappers, bags, boxes, that sort of thing that I've seen a lot of my classmates struggle with and be a real factor in contributing to their high waste lifestyles. As for my beverage consumption, I make coffee at home using the beans, and it avoids disposable little cup things and single-use coffee cups, coffee pods, and that experience has definitely allowed me to have my daily caffeine fix without creating waste, as a lot of my other classmates probably do. And then obviously with with this dining hall, I'll show you the specifics of my meal plan. I have 100 meals in a semester and 100 flex. So early in the semester, I probably was further away from from the from the frequency of using the dining hall swipes. And as the semester has gone on, I've really started to use them more and more because I've been on campus more and more. Specifically, this past week, I spent a lot of time on campus and in the dining hall, which allowed me to stay on campus and not have to go back and cook my own food. So it's been very convenient this week. I would say this week compared to the normal semester was a lower waste week for me because I didn't eat anywhere outside of the dining hall. Um, and then a lot of the flex I've used throughout the semester. I've used all of my flex, and that usually would be Chick-fil-A, Blue Agave, which is a restaurant on campus, and then maybe Starbucks. So those were definitely wasted that I had early in the semester, but now at this point, I don't really use it as much. So ultimately, big picture of this section is my routine kind of minimizes the need for packaged goods, which is the core reason my day-to-day trash generation is so minimal. So getting into it, Monday and Tuesday were both zero waste days for me. So I didn't take a picture because those days were zero waste and I had nothing to show. I went to the dining hall. I didn't have any extracurricular going outs and that sort of thing. I had zero waste, and I'm very proud to say that. Moving forward to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I had two dryer sheets. That's the first day that I recorded any waste. Yeah, two dryer sheets was the item. It's very small, around 0.01 pounds. The scale kind of had trouble reading it, so I rounded to around 0.01 pounds. Yeah, so dryer sheets were on Wednesday. Moving forward on Thursday, I had a receipt and a chocolate wrapper. Unfortunately, my grandfather passed away, so my girlfriend got me a bag of chocolates. So I had one of those chocolates, and she got them for me, which I usually wouldn't be much of a snacker, but she got them for me. And then earlier in the day, I went and purchased some dad's favorites for my girlfriend. So I didn't have the trash of the meal itself, but I did have the receipt because I didn't eat the meal. I went and got it for my girlfriend. So that's the result from that day. Moving forward, we have a Celsius can from Friday. And so these were handed out in the library when when uh when we were studying. It was kind of a promotion that the company was running, and sorry, and they were giving out for free. So I decided to take advantage of it and grab a Celsius can for it was up around 0.04 pounds. So again, very, very low weight, but my highest weight day of the week. Moving forward, this is the overall summary: two dryer sheets, one receipt, one chocolate wrapper, and one Celsius can. I view that as a successful week and a very low waste week for my expectations. So, yeah. moving forward. So move this. The average person generates approximately 4.9 pounds of waste per day. And I'm very proud to say that my average is around 0.01 to 0.02 for this week. I think my average realistically in a normal week where I'm not eating at the dining hall every day would be a little bit higher. I do have somewhat of a fast food habit, but I did stay away this week, probably because of this challenge. A lot of having to do with it and being on campus studying for finals. So my behaviors greatly outperform the average person in waste, and I'm a high achiever in regards to low waste. So my lifestyle allows me to be a sustainable member of society. There is no planet B, which is a nice graphic that's on there, and it's important to keep in mind sustainable habits and keeping our planet clean and healthy. So this is just a quick slide about just general municipal solid waste disposal pathways. So the municipal solid waste is managed through landfilling, incineration, and recycling. Landfills remain the most dominant disposal method in the United States, and a waste management system focused on containment rather than elimination. I'm sure we're all very familiar with landfills. So environmental impacts of landfills. Landfills generate methane, which is a high impact greenhouse gas. Around 10%, a little bit less than 10% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions come from landfills. So it's been estimated that roughly 64 million people are impacted due to the odor of landfills. And that's by activesustainability.com. And landfills can also contaminate the environment around it. So mainly the soil and the water in surrounding areas. So the material specific outcomes of my waste were I'll go line by line. So aluminum Celsius cans. Aluminum cans are a recycler's dream. They're amazing. They can be infinitely recycled. Aluminum is great for recycling. Thermal paper receipt, not recyclable due to chemical coatings. Some different modern phenol-free or FSC certified paper are recyclable. Then dryer sheets. They're made of synthetic fibers and not really recyclable or compostable. And then these chocolates, this kind of a multi-layered chocolate wrapper composite material that should be disposed of in a landfill. The company has released statements that they're working to become recyclable. So they're not there yet, but they're working to maybe have some sort of a true aluminum wrapper that could be continually recycled. And the limitations of recycling systems. Many consumer products are not designed for recyclability, which is unfortunate. Contamination really greatly reduces recycling efficiency, and I'll touch more on that in the next slide. And composite materials are economically infeasible to process, unfortunately, because there's a variety of different parts there, and it's not easy to remove. You could probably recycle components, but it would be hard to remove efficiently. And yeah, recycling infrastructure varies by region, so no two areas the same when it comes to recycling. And this is just an interesting slide. I won't go too in detail, but I thought it was interesting and worth showing. These are just a website from roadrunnerwm.com that show recommended ways to recycle certain objects and how you can recycle things. And a good excerpt here that I thought was interesting was that you should avoid recycling food containers that have more than 8% of food or drink residue. So, and then it shows you about plastic bags. While it is made of recycling material, it tends to clog up recycling facilities. So you should probably stay away from recycling plastic bags. And then a lot of these have very specialized recycling methods that you can find by looking at websites that are specified on the website here. And I thought this was really interesting and a good way that you can raise awareness for individual components of recycling.